Hi Flosstube, my name is Jenny and this is my very first video. I have enjoyed watching all of your videos for so long and I thought I really wanted to come on and show you what I work on and maybe provide a little inspiration for something different. So I'll go ahead and just get started. My first thing is a little Halloween piece that I just finished up, fully finished. My mom stitched it. I think it's a Teresa Kogut Halloween witch. And then I took some fabric that I had, it's a nice woven soft fabric, and I just made kind of a loose border around it with some, oh, this is the black linen that it was stitched on. This was what I cut off the edge when I put it together. And then I kind of double framed it here with this. I wasn't very precise because I really wanted it just to look kind of wonky like the witch does. But I think she's really kind of fun, and I love how Teresa has the colors swirling around the moon. It really adds a lot of depth to it. And like I said, my mom stitched this one and then I fully finished it. A lot of what I'm going to show you on here things I've stitched, and then of course things my mom has stitched. And sometimes I can't remember and she can't remember who did what because we have that much stitching. So between the two of us, I'll try to remember who did what, but this is my first one to show you. Just a fun dancing witch. The next, oh, here's the back. Oh, I did the little pocket back and then lined up the I lined up the stripes. Well, now it looks kind of weird, but I did line up the stripes so you can't really tell when it's all laying flat, which is nice. I just put a little pillow insert in there for it. The next one I have is another one that I know my mom stitched and I finished, and it was just a little pillow, but I thought it was fun. I really don't know who did this or what the pattern is, but I just thought she was cute with her broom and her cat. And what's that on top? Well, another cat. And then on the back, I know this is Carolyn Freelander fabric. So just a fun little pillow for Halloween. And I just stuffed it with polyfill. It's not a pillow form or anything. But I thought she was cute. I'll try to look up the names of these if I can and attach them at the bottom. The next one I have is another Halloween one that I stitched this one, and I finished it so long ago, and then I've just never fully finished it. But it's this, and it was stitched so long ago that the DMC changed the color, of course. So, if I can get it all in there. There she is, giant spider. I got this pattern at, I forgot the name of the place in Ohio, in Sharonville, where they do StitchCon. Anyway, I got it from her place. I can't remember the name of the shop, but I'll link it below. I got it from there a long time ago, and I stitched the top part, and I think it was just gray 415, if I remember. And then when I went to stitch the bottom part, like the next year, I didn't realize that the DMC color number the color had changed. And there wasn't even a dot on it. You know, sometimes a dot indicates that it changed. So there is a variation in the color, but then I didn't really care. It's just fun. I love the detail on the spider and then on the orange part at the bottom. I think it just looks really cool. So, after I'm done with this today, I think I'm gonna finish it. So I have this woven fabric that I picked up at QuiltCon years ago. I remember the lady was from Michigan. Anyway, look at that closely. The lady that wove it. Look at that closely. And you can see all the different colors in it. And I think it would be really pretty. This is a little awkward. But I think it'll look really nice with that. So what I was planning on doing was just putting some batting in between and making a hanging out of it. Some batting and then bind it and then make a cool wall hanging out of it. I'm thinking about maybe putting a piece of foam core in it to keep it stiff, but I haven't decided yet. But I think that'll look really nice when it's done. Let's see. Okay, so that's my Halloween, what I have for Halloween. Now I want to show you a few previous finishes. This is from my collection. So here's a big one. Years ago, when I started stitching 30 years ago, my mom and my sisters and I, we all really loved Barbara and Cheryl designs out of Charleston. All of her Rainbow Row, all the houses in Charleston, all of those things. So we all started stitching them, and that's really what got us into stitching, or got me into stitching, and my sisters. My mom has always been an excellent stitcher. So I did this one, and it's called Shades of Pink by Barbara and Cheryl. And I worked on this for a good, 10 years. It was always in my whip pile. And then when COVID came around, I decided, I think I'll finish it. And then I got so far, and I started back stitching on the roof. I didn't like it. I didn't want to do it anymore, and I was tired of it. And I didn't think it really, for my taste, it wasn't worth the effort. So I shouldn't tell my secrets, but I didn't finish it, which I think is fine. I just went and had it framed. I had it framed at Welcome Stitchery when they were in Libertyville. No, not Libertyville. Crystal Lake, Illinois, before she sold it. And I felt so bad that I found her so late in my stitching life, because I think her name was Monica, and she was the best framer. Really beautiful. And so she stretched it and pinned it and laced it and everything, and then framed it. So there's that. But I did not do the back stitching on the roof. Along those lines, another Barbara and Cheryl that we did. Sorry, I keep leaning over, but stuff is all around me here. My sisters and I have two sisters, older sister, younger sister, and my mom. And then, so the 1, 2, 3, 4 of us decided that we would stitch doors for each other at Christmas time, and then trade the doors, Barbara and Cheryl doors. So this, my sister Abby stitched, and it's the same door from the Shades of Pink. So if you look at Shades of Pink, it's the same door. I don't know if you can see it. It's right there. This is hard to see. This is trickier than it looks, you guys. You guys are very talented for getting all of this coordination with holding your things. But anyway, this is the Barbara and Cheryl door from Shades of Pink. And let's see. My sister did backstitch on that roof. If it'll focus in on the roof. I did not, but she did. So then she gave this to me for one Christmas, and I stitched one of the doors and gave it to her, and I don't remember which one. But I know she's kind of nuts, and she did this on an even weave, very small, maybe like a 25 even weave 1/1 with all the called for colors. And then my big one was, I know this was just a 32 count even weave. And I did 2/2 for this one, in all the called for colors. I tend to like even weave or Ada for full coverage things because it doesn't seem to pull and warp as much. In general, I prefer stitching on linen, but when it's full coverage, I just feel like it makes it a little more consistent and even, so you don't get the waves and don't have to block it as much. This one, my mom gave me another door from Barbara and Cheryl. And I know that this is on Ada, and that looks like 1/1. And so for this one, I know we're supposed to show what we worked on, but I feel like we're kind of a stitching family. And I made one to give to her also. Now my other sister, I don't think I've framed that one yet. So I'll show you that one in another day, in another video. But these are fun. I have them hanging by our front door in a little group together. And they're not framed exactly the same. They're framed different, but it's fine. This one has a mat on it, and then my younger sister's does not. She used the even weave, if you can see, as the border around it. And I think it looks beautiful. So, okay, now on to the whips. Oh my gosh, you guys. I thought I had a lot of whips because, well, I don't know how many I have because I haven't counted. But I mean, I have at least like 25. And that doesn't include knitting. And I am a huge knitter. So, and quilter and hand sewing and everything else. So this is just cross stitch. But I did not count them because it's kind of overwhelming. And I didn't bring them all. I'm just showing you a few that I grabbed because I really wanted to do this Flosstube, but I was a little anxious about doing it, and so I keep putting it off. And then I just had to go out, and I ran an errand, and I thought, oh, I'm dressed, my hair's clean, maybe I should just do it today. Even though it's raining and there's not great light in here today, I thought I would just go ahead and try it. So, all right, my first whip. Ooh, this is an old one. And excuse all my zipping and things, but that's just the way it is. This is called the Virginia Jane Kyle 1834 sampler. And there's no picture. My mom gave me these sampler pamphlets, and they are from, I know it says who they're from on here. Threads Through Time from Naperville, Illinois. I don't even know if Threads Through Time is still around, but I have about 10 of these, so I thought I would just take a chance and see how it turned out. So, oh, I'm not supposed to show the pattern, but if you could get a pattern off of that, you're really good. So anyway, sorry, I won't show the pattern, but it's called the Virginia Jane Kyle sampler. And then here are the colors. They're just DMC called for, and I just thought they were really pretty. So I've never really used floss drops or hung them like this, but I see you guys do it on your floss tubes, and I just thought it kind of looked like fun to play with. And it actually is easier to keep track of them and to pull off one little thread at a time. So thank you for that. And let me show you what it looks like. So this is what I have started. At first I was like, oh, I love the colors. And then I was like, oh, I'm not so sure. And then I set it down for a while, and I came back and I thought, well, just keep going. It's gonna be great. So the alphabet in orange at the top is that 4-sided stitch. And that's just kind of fun. So you can see it there. It's kind of fun. And then the blue alphabet is the eyelets. And that's fun too. I forgot what this pattern is called. It's Greek something, waves or something. Anyway, that was good. What was interesting was these green flags at the top do not match the green flags on the side on purpose. Like they're two different colors. And I thought that was a little weird, but then I thought, you know what? I'm just gonna stitch it as it is, because the whole next part under this part is a big floral motif, and then it has the Lord's Prayer in the middle. I don't know if I'm going to do the Lord's Prayer in the middle, but I might, because if I'm going to stitch these wonky colors, I might as well stitch the whole thing. And then if I ever wanted to go back and change it, I could. But this is on, I think it's called, what is this called? Well, I'm doing 1/2, and I forgot what fabric this is. I want to say it's Needs Must from Victoria Clayton but I'm not for sure. Actually, you can see it a little better there. So these stitches are fun. And I work on it occasionally. It's one of those things where I kitted it up and then I thought, oh, I can't wait to get started. So I dropped everything else and started it, and I worked on it for a few nights, and I just had that little high you get from starting a new project. And then I started something else and that wore off, but it'll come back. I'll keep going on it. Next I have, oh, this is an old whip. This one is from at least 2 years old. We went to Greece 2 years ago, and this is called Star of Skyros from Avlia Embroidery. Her work is so beautiful. Her patterns are gorgeous. I don't know if you've seen these. Absolutely gorgeous. So she takes traditional Greek patterns and modernizes them a little bit, and they're just wonderful. So we were in Santorini, out looking over the ocean. Maybe I can find a picture. And I was stitching this. And that's what I have started. Actually, I haven't opened this up in about 2 years, and I didn't know I had that much done. So that's fun. I'll probably use it as a table topper, put a vase in the middle, something like that. But the pattern is very addictive. You just keep going because you really see progress as you go along, and it's repetitive, and it's just nice. It looks like a 32 count linen, and it's probably just antique white linen, not a specialty dye one, because for a long time that's all I got. And it's 2/2 for sure, because until recently that was my favorite thing to do, was 2/2. I'll show you a closer up. But now I'm kind of getting into 1/1 on 36 and 40. So we'll see how that goes. My stitches do lay a little bit nicer with 1/2 on 36. They really do. So maybe I should just keep going with that. There's something else in this bag. Let me see what it is. I don't even know. Oh, just extra fabric, of course. Just extra fabric for something else. I don't know what, but that's good to know I had it. Okay, let's see what we got here. Oh, here's another one. This is an old, I'm showing you my old whips first. So these are like shelved whips. These are things that I haven't worked on in quite a while. So in our family, we always have a Barbara and Cheryl going. So this is Church Street. And this, after watching one of your clever videos, I decided to start doing on the diagonal and parking threads. And I love it. I love it so much that I actually started it in the middle, and then it wasn't satisfying when I stitched it. So I ripped out the middle, and then I started it over in the corner and started going on it. And this is Church Street. It is, I don't have the picture here. Oh, I'll try to insert the picture of the pattern, because I guess I wasn't as prepared as I thought I was. You all say, oh, I just grabbed a bunch of stuff, but somehow you have everything you need. So I think there's a little more preparation involved than what I did today. But this is fun. It's just beautiful. I did have to put in like a cheater thread at the top for counting, because I was getting a little turned around. But that chimney is really faint, isn't it? Can you see that? Barely. Well, that's what it's called for. And it hasn't been out in the sun. It's been in my drawer, so that's that. But I will put the picture right here. So hopefully that works. I'm gonna try it. You guys seem like make it look like magic. Another shelved whip that I have is the modern, oh, I wrote down a note for this one. This is the Modern Folk Embroidery, one of my very favorite designers, Jacob, from 2022. I don't know how to say the name. It's the Dutch name. It started with an E. And her pattern, or the pattern for this one, is here. Yeah, I think I should be more prepared than this. Oh, that's right. This was the stitch alongs, and it was a mystery, so you only got to see parts of it. But hopefully this looks familiar to some of you. I did not make it very far because, you know, a squirrel jumped out in front of me and I ran after it and started something else. But let me show you what I did do. Oh yeah, I remember what the problem was with me. Look at this beautiful, it's just on the natural linen. It's 32 count natural. It's not hand dyed or anything. Okay, I'm gonna try to see you guys through there. I don't know if you can hear, I'll just do parts of it. This is as far as I got. I think I'm about halfway, maybe a little less. I started putting these burgundy flowers in it. It's not real, kind of burgundy rose colored flowers. And I thought I really liked it, but then as I kept going, I don't think I like the color in it. I think I'm gonna take out the color and just make it black. And I only have it in a few spots, obviously in the middle and then on the sides. But the color, it wasn't popping enough for me, but at the same time, I don't think I really wanted it to. So I think I'm gonna go back to black and then do it that way. But this is a fun stitch, and the border is really addictive, and I kept going and going and going on it. Oh, sorry about my thread. I do want to finish this one someday because now I have a spot where I want to hang it. We moved into this house about a year ago, and there's plenty of wall space, as you can see behind me. You can kind of see a little sampler there, and then something else there, and then one on the wall. But I have a lot more wall space than in my old house. So I think this will be beautiful. This is 2/2 on just the natural linen. Nothing fancy, but I like it. I really just like that natural look. That was 2022. I started 2021. I think this was 2021. Tell me if I'm wrong. This was the one with the clock the year before. But this is I think it's called Slate, and it's Edinburgh linen, and it was 36 count, and I was doing 1/2, and I had a horrible time seeing it. I just couldn't see the holes. So I put it down. So I think I still want to do this one. Wait, was this the clock one or the one before that? Anyway, I still want to do this one from Modern Folk Embroidery, but I'm going to switch fabric and then use this fabric for something else. And hopefully I won't rip out. I'll just kind of cut my way around it. And maybe I'll use this fabric. Well, it's very hard for me to see. Oh, maybe I'll give it to somebody. I'll give it to one of my sisters if they can have a little stitchy kindness from me. Okay, let me put that one down. Hope you can't see my pile here. So now on to things I'm actually working on now, I think. Yeah, okay. So this is the Satsuma Street Christmas Mystery that just came out. And I have a start on this. This one is on Fox and Rabbit. Ooh, it's a Fox and Rabbit one. How do you guys remember the names of all these? Anyway, I thought it really popped on there. I thought the colors were good. I have to frog a little bit right here. Right here, I'm just one stitch off. And it actually wouldn't be a big deal at all if I just left it alone because it's the edge of the pattern, but I think I might just frog it. But I think those colors are really gonna pop on there and it'll look nice. Again, I will insert a picture of not the pattern, but the picture of project so you guys can see it. Oh, and I did do the floss strap thing on this one, and I made my own just with some cardstock, and boy, that's fun. I went and got the big hole puncher, did it that way. And these are not all the colors. These are just the ones I started with. The rest, because I started doing it and then I got distracted, but at least I got the colors that I needed to start with. My mom has really turned me on to stitching in hand. My left thumb hurts all the time because I also hand quilt, and I hand quilted a king size Hawaiian quilt a few years ago. And ever since then I've had tendonitis in my thumb and it really hurts. And so normally I use a lap stand, and I'm two-handed stitcher. I leave my left hand underneath and then pull with my right hand on the top. And then I do it the way Vanna Pfeiffer does it, where you go in and then you pop it right back up, eye first, and then go in, point down, up, eye first. And it's fast. But the way my thumb is, I can only do it for maybe an hour before it really starts to hurt. So I've tried to do this one in hand. It's not nearly as fast. It's sewing method, not nearly as fast, but there's no pressure on my left hand. I'm just holding the linen and it doesn't seem to bother it at all. So I think it would be easier on even weave than on linen, but these holes are pretty big and I can see it. So that's good. And this is a fun one. I don't know if I'll finish it or not. I'm not great at finishing stitch alongs, but I always like to start them. So in another video, I'll show you the modern folk embroidery stitch along that I did from 2020, and I did finish that, and that was fun. I also did the pandemic from Long Dog during the COVID. That wasn't a stitch along, but that was a really good group of people showing their progress online and how we were going. So that one felt like a stitch along, even though it really wasn't. And it was fun. Let's see what's next. Oh, I didn't show you this bag. Oh, that's in. It's a tulip pink owl, cute owl. And then on the front, I have some vinyl and then a coordinating fabric. And I made this myself. On this one, I just put white on the inside because I wanted to see the colors. And I've used this bag for a few different things. And the first one I used it for had so many colors that I wanted to see what I was reaching for. So that's why I put the clear vinyl on it, even though it's tricky to stitch. I think it turned out pretty nice. That was one of my first project bags. Now this project bag, a good friend of mine, gave after StitchCon in 2019. It's been a long time. She gave me a Liberty pack of scraps. You can buy a scrap pack. And so she gave me this, and then I sewed them together recently and just made a project bag out of it. This is the softest, nicest project bag. Like you would want to cuddle up and take a nap on it with that super soft Tana lawn. And then on the inside, I have two different Liberty fabrics. This one, oh, this one is really kind of cool. I'll show it to you now real quick, but don't expect a lot because I'm gonna do a different floss tube on this one. This was a family sampler that we've had, and I recently really got into it to see what was in there because there's some hidden parts in the frame, and I want to keep it together. Meaning I don't want it to deteriorate anymore or get attacked by moths. This is the original. The original is like from 1746 or something crazy like that, mid 1700s. And the lady's name is Mary Ottaway. And I looked her up online and it looks like she's from Kent in England. Well, anyway, I decided to rechart it and then stitch it. And there's a lot of satin stitch in it and several peacocks that are very cool. But without getting too much into it, because I really don't have a lot to show and there's not a pattern to show. Well, no, there's really not. On another day, I'll get it together and I'll show you the original, what's left of it. I have it stored properly in the proper type of box with acid-free paper, and everything else. I called a restoration person and asked them how to do it. But this is what I have started on the reproduction. What was amazing to me, these colors are kind of muted, but the vibrancy of the colors on the original, on the back, are amazing. So the front is kind of muted like this. The one that I grew up with it hanging on the wall was kind of these colors. And on the original, they are these colors, okay? But when you get into the peacock in the middle, there's like a canary yellow. There's these beautiful, bright, bright, bright colors that were on the back, you know, because they weren't affected by the sun. So this is just the beginning. I have it all my colors picked out to make it more like the original. But the edges are real light like this, and then it gets super bright in the middle. So it's traditional cross stitches around here, and then she goes into satin stitch. Like, can you see that? I don't know if it'll focus on it. Satin stitch squares there, and it's really pretty. The original. Hopefully this one will live up to that. This is on, oh, this is the Needs Must. This is on Needs, oh, not Must, Mist. Mist? Must. 40 count from Victoria Clayton. So that's what I'm using this for, not that other one. I don't know what that other one was then. But anyway, this is my special family heirloom project in my special Liberty bag. I like how you all match your bags to your projects, but I make bags just on a whim and fun and just whatever I feel like that day. So a lot of times they don't match my project. They're just for fun. Like this one, I love Sally Kelly fabric, and I had some left over from a quilt, and I had these half square triangles from the quilt, so I just kind of pieced it together. It kind of looks like a birdhouse, right? And then on the back, it was just left over from a quilt. And I thought, well, I'll just put a zipper on it. And oh, and then the inside has the hearts, which are cute. Oh, this is another modern folk embroidery, and I am working on this one right now, stitching it. Again, this is 36 count. I think it's antique white. It's just white. It's not dyed special. And it's 1/2. There's my needle. Not sure what's going on there. Okay, and then I'll put the pattern up here. I'll insert the pattern. Not the pattern, the picture. But here's where I am. It's this, like a Swedish Christmas one. Or Norwegian. Scandinavian. Sorry for all the wrinkles. But you guys didn't tell me how much prep work you put into this. Just kidding. So tree, reindeer, another little tree, and this is a fun one. This one just feels good, and I think I will finish this by Christmas because it's fun to stitch on. I do a little bit every night, and I'm doing it in hand also just to save my thumb. I'm trying really hard, like on the tree, see on the big tree, to just, when I go to the next little, so it's little stacks of 3 stitches, 3 or 4, 3 stitches, I try to follow the line of the grain of the linen with my carryover so that you can't really, hopefully, see it less. Because there is a lot of that, and I'm not carrying over anything that, where I wouldn't like go from the reindeer to the tree, no way. But obviously I have to do it here. But I'm only trying to do it on the horizontal lines where they come together so that you won't be able to see it. I'm trying really hard because this will totally show up in the background. And I don't want to have to snip it so close at the end that it all falls apart. But also, I'm doing a different type of pin stitch start, which is kind of fun. It's like a pin stitch with a loop in it, and then I can snip it even closer. So that's helping. So there's that. And this I'm stitching with 304, DMC 304. The thing with this though is, again, the color changed, but at least they put a dot on it this time. So when I went back to the store to get more, because I just pulled the original skeins out of my stash, because this was a late night impromptu, you know, buy the PDF and start it now type of night. And I only had like 2 skeins, and then I went to the store and then I thought, this is really pink. And I wanted more of the red. The new one was really pink, the one with the dot. So I called my mom and she dug through her stash and she had like 8 of them, 8 skeins that were the original color. So she's so nice, she mailed it to me so that I could finish this. I could just change up the color and like do it like red and green or something, but I don't know, I thought it would be pretty. Hopefully I finish that this year, but I don't know if I will, because I'm going to show you another impromptu start I had the other day, but it has a purpose. So a friend of ours, I can't believe I'm old enough where my friends' kids are starting to get married. This is crazy. I still feel like I'm in college, but a little smarter. But still in my 20s, but I'm not. Our friend's daughter's getting married, and so about 2 weeks ago, I thought, all of a sudden, came to me like a bolt of lightning in the middle of the night, that I needed to make her a sampler because she always admires stitching when she comes over. So I thought, I'm going to make them a wedding sampler. But I knew they wouldn't want anything too cutesy. Their favorite color is green. I wasn't sure what to do. I don't think they'd like a traditional wedding sampler is what I'm trying to say. So I had recently placed an order with Victoria Clayton to get that needs mist or must or whatever it was. And then this green fabric, I'll show you a hint of it, green here, because I wanted to do the unicorn and the badger, and this is the perfect fabric for the unicorn and the badger. And I wanted to start that. So I bought a half yard of this so I could start that. And then I thought, oh, that fabric is perfect for Wings of the Dove by Modern Folk Embroidery. So here I'll insert the picture here. And then this is what I've done in 2 weeks. I'm really cranking on this because they're getting married in December. I know the light's weird in here with I'm sitting under a skylight and it's raining. So, and if you hear a snore in the background, that is not my husband, it's my dog. We have a French bulldog and she's loud. Anyway, this is Wings of the Dove. And I just think it's beautiful, and it's by Modern Folk Embroidery, and I've always wanted to do this one. So I'm going to put the date at the bottom. Under the big dove, there's a spot where you can put the year, and I might put the full date, and then I might put I think I will put like their name at the bottom, like, you know, their family name, or maybe their initials of the 2 of them. I'm not sure. Anyway, I just think it's so pretty, and it's 1/2. It's 40 count, and the name of the fabric is Tomfoolery, and the guy that my friend's daughter is marrying is named Tom. So I thought that was a sign that this was their fabric. And then I'll just have to order another piece of fabric for the unicorn and the badger. I'm using DMC on this. I was going to use silk, but I was so impatient that night. You know, when you have to start, you have to start. So I'm using DMC 543. I auditioned a lot of different threads, but I thought 543, I don't know if you can see, it kind of has a champagne color to it. And I didn't want the stark white, and ecru was a little too yellowy. This has a little pink hint. Get my yellow sweater out of it, but there you can see kind of a pink hint to it. And or a rosy, kind of like a rosé, but not that pink. And I just thought that would look really nice. Nobody would ever look at this and think it's pink, but it just softens it up a little. And by the way, stitching with this linen is so soft. I cannot do it in hand though. I have tried and tried and I can't see the stitches. So I have this on a I tighten up my lap stand tight. And then I have my magnifier, my overhead lamp, and my 3-level, these are prescription, but they're like readers, but prescription. But I have the Peepers 3 magnifying, you know, it's like 1.5, 2, 2.5. I have 3, level 3, so I can see the stitches and the magnifier, my Ott lamp magnifier. So I have to get these big, and I need to pull it tight on the frame because it kind of pulls the threads apart a little bit on the weave so that I can see the holes. This one is tricky, but it is satisfying once you get going if you have it tight enough. Any type of wave in it, and you're not going to see the hole. But if you get it tight, it works. Or taut. I guess the word is taut. So this one I have to have finished by December 1st because they're getting married around Christmas time and I want time to frame it. And I still might be cutting it close. But you know, I don't have to give it to them on the day of their wedding. I mean, they're busy. They got other stuff to do. But I would like, since they're out of town, I would like to be able to leave it there for them. This, of course, had to have its own project bag. So I don't know what kind of fabric this is, but it's pretty. Isn't that pretty? It's from my stash. And it was kind of Christmassy. So, the colors. So I just thought it would remind me that I have to do this one. And then I just put some navy blue on the inside. But this is a good size bag. And I like these antique zippers I found. I just got the big spoola zipper where you cut them off. I got one in black and then this cream colored one with the kind of bronze zipper. And I really like it. It kind of goes with everything. So this is a good one. This one I have to work on. My goal is 500 stitches a day. Last night I did 843. So the days I get ahead make up for the days I don't. So it'll all work out. Let's see what else I got here. I'll show you another active whip before I pick up the strays that I missed. So I was playing around with project bags and I was trying some kind of style that I wanted, I had in my head, and it just didn't work out. So I chopped up the original project bag and made it into this one. Excuse me, with Tilda. And I love Tilda fabric. I think it's so fun. This is the Hibernation series. Again, this has the vinyl on the front. This project was originally in that Tula Pink bag, but now I put it in this one. Kind of like nobody should ever look at the back of your fabric. Well, nobody should ever look at the inside of this project bag. The rest of mine are really good. This one is not. So, maybe I'll give you a little hint though, because I used leftover squares from a quilt that I had. So that's kind of fun. So this is the Gilmore Girls series. I should probably hit pause. Go get the other ones. I don't know how to do that though. This is my first one. Okay, this is the Stars Hollow series from, they're in Kansas City. What's it called? Black Needle Society. So this is, I can't show you that. It's autumn, the autumn one. My mom did 2 of the seasons and I'm doing the other 2 seasons, and then we're going to frame them for my daughter because during COVID we watched Gilmore Girls every night. After we got over our Little House on the Prairie escapade where we watched every episode in order for the first time ever, it makes a lot more sense when you watch it in order. And then we went on a big trip. Then we were done with that, and then she was too cool for school and wanted, older. So we started Gilmore Girls, and this is the fall one. The fall project, and it's full coverage. And this is the last that I have to do before I can frame all 4 of them and put them on her wall. We thought about doing pillows, but she wants them framed like a simple black or white frame. I'm using that silvery gray Lugana from 123 Stitch. Silver Moon, something like that. And it's 32 count, 2/2, full coverage. And I really don't have much to do left. For some reason, this one really hurts my hand when I stitch it. Maybe it's because it's full coverage. So I've been trying to stitch this one in hand to finish it up. But it's hard. I'd rather it just be on my frame and just do it. But my thumb just really kills on this one. Isn't that interesting how it just changes up? So it's cute. It has the copper boom. I think that's what the mayor guy always called the leaves in the fall. And then the Yale and Harvard football, Luke Steiner is in the background. You can see his apartment up there. And then the gazebo. I always think of Kirk with the gazebo. And then this is her plaid skirt. It's funny, this has like bits and pieces of people in it. You know what? I'm gonna go get the other ones. And since I'm gonna edit this anyway, I should be able to stitch it together somehow. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. So, this is spring. Wait. I think this is spring. And it has the Stars Hollow sign. And it has bits and pieces of the song. So it says, if you need me. And then there's Al's Pancake House. And then their Yellow House. Who's that? That must be, I don't know what's on her head. Oh, there's the dragonfly. Edge of a dragonfly up there in the corner. There's a picnic basket in the other corner. Just different pieces from the show. Spring, summer, Lorelei's Jeep, gazebo again. I can't think of the name of that. Oh, those are the singers. You know, the a cappella singers, barbershop singers, quartet. There you go. The guitar. It was just fun. And then, wait, and then my fall one, the copper boom. There's that again. And then winter. This is Where You Lead. So then we thought, should we frame them in order of the song? Like Where You Lead, and then I Will Follow. See, I Will Follow. And then, well, but then it goes, If You Need Me. And then this one says, To Be With You. So I don't know how we'll frame them or what order we'll put them in. But, oh, speaking of Welcome Stitchery, where I had my other things framed, the new Welcome Stitchery, which I guess is not so new anymore, in Minnesota, they were the ones who showed this, the finished product. I think it was, she did it as one big one. Sorry, low battery. Anyway, one big one. So I had to, I was inspired by them. So my mom stitched summer and winter. I stitched spring and fall. So there's that. And that is from Black Needle Society. Yep, in Kansas City. Okay. Oh, here's another really fun, fully finished. This is my dog, Sophie. She's so cute. A Frenchie. My sister designed this. And I'll put a link to her pattern on here if you're interested. If you're a Frenchie lover. She could also do any other kind of dog. Or cat. Or animal. So I stitched this up. I just did a flat fold. But I forgot to put the elastic part, or the, you know, where it catches it at the bottom. Forgot. But that's okay. It still stands up on its own. And then I have a little cording around the edge. But that's Sophie, my Frenchie. And I love that pattern. Sometime I'll show you, she did one for our old dog. And I'll show you that one another day. Because it's in my big bin of finished things that I haven't done anything with. I am starting, or I did start the Katie Strachan Brittle Mart sampler. I love this. I even like put it on a scroll frame and got it going. And I'm using the silk she called for, which were tricky to get, by the way. I did not sign up for the class, but now I'm kind of thinking I should have. Just because it would be fun and it might keep me going. Just like any other new start, I did this for about a week nonstop, like in my sleep all the time. And then something else caught my eye. But I just think this is so beautiful and I can't wait to work some more on it. So I really need to finish the wedding sample, the green wedding one, so I can get back to all these other things so I can keep chasing squirrels, right? But that's just gonna be an heirloom piece, I know for sure. Have I looked at this one yet? Okay, speaking of squirrels, this is one that is definitely on the shelf. But I keep thinking about it every day and I need to take it off the shelf. But I gotta finish the wedding one first, because that's how life goes. So I think this is ink circles. And this is not, I don't believe this is hand-dyed fabric. This is, well, it might be. I don't know. But I know it's 32 count, 2/2. And I'm using the Valdani threads. And I'll put the picture up there. But it says Life, Liberty, and Pursuit of Squirrels. And originally I was doing it, for my dog because she loves squirrels. Like if I say squirrel real loud, she might jump up here, come see us. Squirrel, Sophie. No, nothing. Anyway, these colors are so pretty. And it's the Valdani dyed cottons. I think it's cotton. And, but the more, I did it obviously for my dog, Life, Liberty, and Pursuit of Squirrels. But now, especially after watching all of your Flosstubes and seeing how we all chase our squirrels, it's more about me than about her. I know it's about me and starting new projects all the time. So I really feel like if I could focus on this one, I could get it done pretty quick, like maybe even by Christmas. But I really need to finish the wedding one first and the Gilmore Girls. So my priorities are the wedding, the green wedding, and then Gilmore Girls, because those are both definitely Christmas presents for other people, not, just for my own satisfaction. Let me grab 2 more things and then I think I'm done. Well, I'm done for today. I just grabbed, I didn't grab a ton of stuff because I didn't know how this was gonna go, but it is kind of fun to sit here and talk to people I can't see. Hopefully you're enjoying it. I had some fabric left over. I think, what's the name of this? I'll think of it in a minute. It's a canvas. I had it left over from a beach bag I made. The inside is, this blue that I had. I mean, it's from the 70s. My mom made dolls out of it. I thought it was kind of fun. So Anne Ufendel has been keeping me up at night because I keep thinking about these trees. These beautiful, beautiful, beautiful trees. I see everyone stitching. I love these trees. And then when I see you guys with it like stitched in real life, those flowers are gorgeous and all the colors really pop. So I bought it. I broke down and bought it. And I kitted it, the whole thing. I got my floss. I haven't put it on floss cards or drops or anything. It's just a big pile of floss here. I'm using DMC. I really wanted to splurge on the silks, but I didn't. But I did splurge on this fabric. It's 40 count. It's from the place in Cincinnati. I can't read. Keepsake. Keepsake is the place in Cincinnati. This linen is enormous. It's huge. It's from Mystic Fabrics. And I'll tell you in a minute what the name of it is. I'm not sure. Oh, I think it was called Everything Else. Or something like that. It's 40 count. It has some modeling in it. I think it's going to be beautiful. Right after StitchCon, I was visiting my mom in Cincinnati, and I didn't go to StitchCon, but I should have. But I went to Keepsake like the next week, and she had a sign on the door that said, you know, we're unpacking from StitchCon in the back. If you need anything, come around back. Like the door was locked, but come around back. So I went to the back, and she came right out, and she let me in, and she was so nice, and she opened up for me and another customer, and I found the fabric I wanted, and I looked at it and bought a few other little things, and she was just so nice and gracious to open for us to get this fabric, because I had it in mind, and I don't have a local stitch shop near me, and so I have to buy everything online. And I thought, I'm right here. So I really wanted to go look at the fabric. So I kitted up, and she's in here, but I haven't started it yet because I have to work on the, you know, the wedding one, which I do love working on. But I got one giant piece of fabric, like a yard, and then I cut it just right so that I could do both sisters. So I bought Isabel too. Isabel. I'm not gonna take it out. You guys have seen it 100 times, and it's crinkly loud. But there she is, and it's so beautiful. So this one, I made this bag out of some canvas upholstery fabric that I had. I live in North Carolina now, and there's all these upholstery places. It's really great. Some upholstery fabric, and then this, oh, don't look at my inside. I messed up on the top and I didn't redo it. You can look here. But this was just from my stash, this fabric. I thought it was so pretty. But it goes, Isabel goes in here. And I think the name of this is on, the tag was on this side. I mean, these cuts are huge. Oh, it's not on here either. But I think it was called like Everything Else, the name of the fabric. So, and it was by Mystic Fabrics. It's very pretty. So there was enough there to have matching fabric for the two sisters. I've not gotten the floss for Isabel yet, but I really want to start Anne like right now. But I'm gonna wait, just gonna wait. But I do like these project bags I've been making, and you can kind of tell each one of them's different and fun, and they all look a little bit different, don't they? My neighbor is a stitcher too. I got her into stitching, so I want to make her a Christmas one and give it to her. So Helen, if you're watching, one is coming your way. I just need to do it. And I do like taking old parts of quilts that I have left over. I thought that was a good reuse of fabric. You know, I fussy cut that one. And then I just love this soft one. I know that fabric's a little wonky in there, but it makes it fun, right? But you guys really got me hooked on project bags. So I have some more of these owls, so I might make up some more, so I can start some more projects. I set up an Instagram page called Stranded Stitcher. And I kind of like, I didn't block all my friends, but I kind of did because I just wanted my stitchy friends on there. No offense to my husband. I mean, he can come on my page if he wants. But I don't know. I feel like it's cool to have a page just for your stitchy friends and your stitchy stuff. So that's Stranded Stitcher on Instagram. And then I have an Etsy shop from a long time ago. I teach knitting. Over the years, I've taught so many different knitting classes, and that I'll talk about all that another day and show you some whips. But anyway, I made tons of knitting bags for all my knitting projects, and I was selling a few of them on Etsy, and now I have these project bags that I keep making for myself, and my sister keeps telling me, oh, you just need to sell those on Etsy too, but every single one I make I like, and I want to keep it. But check out Stranded, I named that one Stranded Stitcher also. I renamed it on Etsy. So check there sometimes, and maybe I'll post one here or there. And, or if you want one, send me a message, and I'll make you one, and we'll figure it out. But this has been so fun. And I'm looking around at my house and all these other stitching projects I want to show you. Like that one there is really cool. That's my mom. My mom did that one. My big pandemic is downstairs. The modern folk embroidery is downstairs. The stitch along, I'll show you that another day. I'm up in our loft area. I can see another one over there, which is ink circles. I think it's ink circles. It was the Bellagio one. That was fun. I did that during the pandemic. Here's my purse down here that I sewed, which was another project. And if you go in my sewing room, I actually kind of have two sewing rooms now. I have one where I stitch with my TV and my lamps and magnifiers and threads and everything. And then my sewing machine and stuff is in the other one. We moved from the city where we were all tight and squished together and there was no room for sewing rooms. I just kind of had half a closet. But now that we moved and we have more space, I've kind of spread out. And my daughter keeps saying, why do you keep taking over all the rooms? And well, in our old house, my stuff was everywhere because there was nowhere to put it. So it was everywhere. Here, I have a dedicated space. So I feel like it's a good thing. But I think she's a little annoyed, kind of impeding on her space, but that's okay. So, because half the stuff I stitch for her anyway. So anyway, thanks for hanging out with me today. I'm gonna try to figure out this editing and see if I can pop those pictures in there. And hopefully this is the first of many YouTubes and we can all, Flosstubes, and we can all hang out. And again, my name is Jenny and it's a Stranded Stitcher, but I really don't have anything on the Etsy shop right now. So check back maybe after the next video and I'll put a few project bags there, or just send me a message if you want to see what I have and I'll take some pictures and send them to you. But no big deal. I just like sewing them because they're fun. So I hope you all have a good day. It's raining here. I'm going to go make some tea and stitch some more. All right, take care. Bye.